Guys, please respond. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Imtiaz, Akash, and Samkit, are you able to understand what I am teaching, or do I need to change anything, something else, or my speed, or everything, or any brief knowledge do I need to provide you? It is okay up to now.
Okay, sir.
Everything okay, sir.
Okay, right. Okay. So now are you able to see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, from the previous session, let's continue the previous session. Yesterday we have completed the DDL and DML commands and languages. DDL command language will teach us to how to make the structure of the table, and DML command teaches how to make the records in the table, in the structure table. And we have created the table and altered the table and renaming and truncated and dropped, and we have inserted the records, and we have updated the records to the inserted record, and we have deleted the record, and merge command we'll see in that later. Okay guys, and today I will let you know about the brief about the alter command. So alter command actually, let me open the painting. See, in the alter command, first of all we need to know that what is the syntax for that one. Alter command syntax is alter table name, add, modify, and drop. Column or constraint. Column name or constraint name, and change expression. This is the syntax for the alter command. Yesterday we have not seen the detailedly, so I want to teach you, right? In the alter command we have three types of modifications altering we can perform. Here by using the alter command we can add the columns, and we can modify the records, and we can drop the records for the column and constraints. And here the constraint, we need to place that which column it is or which constraint name it is, and the change of expression, that is data type, like this. So this is what we need to follow in the alter command. You can blindly follow that. In the alter command we need to do the three modifications: add, modify, and drop. By using this in the altering command, we can do these three operations. We can add the column, or we can modify the column, or we can drop the column. A particular record also we can drop it. Like this, by altering it we can make three changes. So if you see here means, so I will let you know this add in the, what I mentioned is here in the, by using the alter command we can add. First in the add we can have two types of exchange of expressions. So what we can perform it means, so we have we can perform two operations into the for the column and for the constraint. In the same way, we have modify also. So here modify. See, for modify also we can perform one operation. That is for the column modification. In the same way, the last one is drop. See, drop. For drop, we can perform two operations again. Same like as a add for column and for constraint. See, this one you need to follow blindly in the SQL for altering the commands, for altering operation, for altering operations we can perform this way. For altering operation we can perform these three types: add, modify and drop. For altering command we can perform alter table, table name, add, modify and drop. We can make add in the two ways. We can use it in the two ways: adding the column or adding the constraint. In the same way, modify we can have modifying the column. Here we cannot do we cannot modify the constraint. In the same way, we have the drop also. Drop also, by using this drop statement we can use two types in the column, and we can add the we can drop the column and we can drop the constraint. These similar ways we can perform it in the SQL statements. So you understand. Let us create some example. Let us add some work on examples onto it to understand clearly. See here, if I open, select star from ACDV customers, ACDV. See, I have this customer called ACDB customer I have. So on this table, let's make alter. We can add some altering the. We can make some work onto this by using the altering command. So here, first of all, let's add. Let's add the column in the same table. See, what is the syntax for the altering the command? I already mentioned that here. Alter table, table name. For any table we can alter by using the altering table, syntax. Alter table, table name. Table name, what is the table name? Here ACDB customers, and we need to add. See, pick this one. Either we need to add or modify or drop. In three operations we are following this. Now we are adding the column, so we adding the add, and we are adding the column. See, we have different types of columns here in this particular table. Here we don't have the table called country, column called country. State we have, city we have, and country also. Let's add country also into this particular table. Country. And what is the country data type? We can add it worker 2. And how much can give? 100. See, if you perform now, If I execute this one means, see, we can see this one table ACDB customers is altered. So let us check the this table ACDB customers table. Let's check whether this table has altered or not. Select star from ACDB customers. See, what I already yesterday I mentioned you, whatever we are adding the columns after making the table creation, it will only goes into the edge end of the columns. Whether it is giving the state country column, we cannot give in between the modified columns. It will go into the end of the columns only. See, here we have added the country table country column, and it is added in the at last country column. So likewise we can add the country column. In the same way we can add the constraint to it. So we can let's add the constraint. Here I mentioned that we can add the column, we can add the even we can add the constraint as well. So how can we add? Again, alter table name. What is the table name? Let's copy it here to save the time, and let's add alter I mentioned and table name, add, and now we are going to add the constraint. Okay, constraint what I am giving is primary key. The constraints topic let's discuss in today's class only. So in depth we can discuss in the constraints topic only. So for right now here I am adding directly the constraint. Here the constraints we have different types of constraints are there, and now I'm adding the primary key constraint. So how can we add? I'm adding the primary key constraint on and this particular customer ID. Customer ID, and I am giving primary key. I'm adding this customer ID again. See, alter table name the same way I have added, and I have taken this here the add operation, and after this add operation we can go for the either the we can add the column or constraint. So before I added the column called country, and now I'm adding the constraint to this particular table. So I added the constraint, and for which column do I need to give the constraint? So I'm giving this particular column to this constraint as a primary key. So pk underscore customer ID primary key, and to this customer key name. In table can have only one primary key. Already I have the primary key to this column. So it is telling that table can have only one primary key. That means it is saying that already this for this table to that particular column primary key constraint is already applicable. So we cannot able to add one more primary key onto this particular column. Okay guys, so to identify that whether it have constraints or not, we can describe the table also. So in this we can come to know this. See, if we describe the this table means customer ID already the primary key is already it is mentioned here. So on top of this particular column we cannot add one more primary key, so it is already applicable. So we have added the column even the constraint. In the same way we can add the constraint. So after that let's check we can modify the column. So can we modify the column to this particular table? Let's check. See, we have seen added the column and we have added the constraint by adding the by using the alter command. So now we are we are modifying the column. So how can we modify the column to this particular table? So let us modify in the see instead of a main phone or else okay, instead of main phone number I am putting the mobile number. Okay, instead of main phone number I'm changing it to the mobile number. So how can I change it? So altering by using the alter command. See, already I mentioned that alter table name. Even we can add or modify or drop. So we have seen the add option. So now I am going to modify the column. See, in the same way, the same way I'm going to modify alter table name. Alter table name. I'm going to modify okay, let's modify the constraint to this one. Instead of changing the column name, I'm modifying the constraint. So I'm doing this alter table name for the last name. For the last name, I'm adding not null. Alter table name, modify the last name. This is not null. Instead of a not null, okay, we can change the. Let us change the description. See here you can see this one. The last name contains the varchar to 25. We can change it to. We can modify this varchar type to 100. So how can we modify this one? Varchar to 100. So here you can see this. Previously you can see this last name equal to varchar to 25 only. Now I'm going to modify this statement. See, table ACDB customer is altered. So now I'm going to execute the select statement. No, I'm going to execute the describe statement. Again, we can check whether this alter command has executed or not. See, last name previously you can see this 25. And now by using this alter command, using the modify, last name I change it to 100. You can see this one, last name equal to 100. Likewise we can modify the alter commands. So now we can see for the alter drop also we can use the operation this into the two types. We can drop the column, we can drop the constraint. We can drop the column, we can drop the constraint. So let us drop one column by using in the same table. So previously I have added the country column, right? So now I'm going to drop that country column by using the alter command in drop operation. Alter table name, alter table name, drop column. What is the column? Country. Drop column country. See, if you check here, table ACDB customer is altered. See, if you going to check again whether this table has column got dropped or not, means I'm executing after the command. See, no country column is available in this particular table. Why? Because we have altered the table and we have dropped that particular column. In the same way, we are dropping the constraint. How can we drop the constraint? See, if we check here means, describe, we have in this table two constraints are available for this. For customer ID column we have the not null, and the main phone number we have the not null. So now we are going to drop the constraint for the main phone number. How can we drop? Again the same, by using the alter command. So alter table name, alter table name. Here we can say drop after drop what we need to take, either we need to take the column or constraint. Now we are doing for the constraint. Already we have dropped the column. See, constraint, what we are going to constraint, pk underscore, for which column we are going to drop this column. So after this one, you cannot drop the constraint, non-existing, you cannot drop the constraint, alter type constraint, make sure you supply the correct constraint name. Wait, let me check. pk underscore customer ID. The same way actually it is going to work on it. Why? Because we have performed the alter table name drop, and we are executing the drop command, and we have used the constraint and pk customer, and let's give customer ID invalid. This see, now the customer ACDB constraint got dropped. We can check this one. So alter table name drop constraint and the this column. If we check this one means, by using this describing statement, so you cannot find the constraint now here. Alter table ACDB customers could executed. To drop constraint, cannot drop the constraints non-executing. So we cannot drop the constraint. Actually it is referred to the other table. Actually it is referred to the other foreign key table, so we cannot drop directly. So this, in the same way we can use the altering the commands. Now we got to understand, right? We have performed the three types. See, in the alter command we are using the adding the column or adding the constraint, or modifying the column in the drop, adding and dropping the column and dropping the constraint in the altering command. You guys understand, right? Guys, please respond. You guys are
Yes, sir.
understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, So we have detailedly seen that the altering here in the DDL statement, the DDL language, data definition language, we have created the table and we have altered and this one, and just now in the three different types of we have altered, and we have renamed and truncated the table and drop the DML table. In the DML data manipulation language, we have inserted the records and updated the records and deleted the records. Now here we need to see only the merge statement. So this merge statement, let us see the further classes. Why? Because this merge statement involves the many statements. So if I explain now, it's now onwards means you guys will not understand. So in today's session, let's discuss about the constraint. Constraints. I'll take the constraint notes. See the constraint. Today's topic is constraint. Let us discuss. So constraint in Oracle, like in an Oracle database, we do have 6 different types of constraints. So whenever we are going to insert the data into the table, so first we want to validate the data. So whether it is a valid data or not. So we are going to have some validations. Before inserting the data, we have to some validations. So what kind of validation we can do all this, we'll see now. So constraint, based on the constraint. See, we do have different 6 different types of constraints are available in Oracle database. So I will give this particular notes. So please go through that. Okay, guys. We have primary key, not null, unique, check, and default, and foreign key. These 6 types of constraints are available in the Oracle database. So I will provide this records to you. So please refer to this material.
Okay, sir.
Let me check. See, constraint in oracles. See, constraint in Oracle, we do have different constraints like primary key, not null, not null constraint, unique constraint, check constraint, foreign key constraint, and default constraint. So we do have different types of constraints are available in Oracle database. Okay, so in most of the scenarios, whenever we are going to do data validation on any table, so we will use these constraints. So okay, like primary key, whenever we are creating a table, right, we are going for the data model. Whenever we are creating the tables, See, whenever we are creating the tables, each and every column, if I want to validate each and every data based on this data, I want to validate. So then I can go for the constraint. So for an example, this customer ID, we are going to generate the unique numbers. So this customer ID, it should be a unique numbers should be generated here, right? So every time we will generate with the sequence generator, or we will get the data from the source. So whenever we are getting the data, this customer ID should be in unique number. Like primary key, it's a unique value only. So it should not have any duplicate value, and it should not have any null values. So without customer key, can I have any data? No, I cannot have any data without customer ID. Okay, so this customer ID, it should not have any null values, or it should not have any duplicate values. So then this is called a primary key. So whenever we defining a column as primary key, at this particular column will not allow the duplicate, or will not allow any null values. Okay, how many primary keys we have in one single table? Only one primary key can have one single table. Okay, so if I have another table, then this table also one primary key also available. So for example, here the city ID, we will have the primary key. We can have any number of columns. So in this table we can have any number of columns, but representation I have made it 2 columns. Okay, so here also we have 5 columns, but we can have many number of columns in the real time. So here I can going for the next column. It's like a another column like customer name. Can I have customer name without customer name? Without customer name, can I have a data? No. But can I have duplicate values on customer name? Yes, I can have. Same customer, same name, we can have many customers like that. More than 2 customer also. More than 1 customer. But we can have the duplicate value on this particular column. But without customer name, will not have any data, right? It's like a it's like a mandatory field. So whenever we are making the mandatory field, it will define the not null. Okay, so if you are defining the column as a not null column, it's like as a mandatory field. So we need to provide the data, and it will not accept any null value, but we can have any duplicate values. So you can have the duplicate values here, duplicate values, any duplicate values in this particular column. And you do ask any column, you do ask a, you can ask a question here like, can I have more than in a single table, can I have a more than one primary key in a single table? No. Can I have one column as a primary key? Yes, we can have. For an example, this customer ID and mobile number combination, we can have it. This is called as a composite key. See, the combination should not have. See, but here I am going to have this mobile number is unique constraint. Unique constraint. Unique constraint is nothing but it should be a unique value. But it will allow null values. So without mobile number, I can have the customer. Yes, in that case we can make like a unique. So can I have unique and not null? both in a column? Yes, we can have. Yes, we can create a primary key in other column, right? See, unique and not null in both in a same column. Yes, we can have. Next column, I'm going to make some age in a age column. So I want to check something here in the age column. So this in our scheme, for example, in the scheme in a particular company, there is a condition called after the 18 years old people only need to work like this. For this column, I need to make the condition like as a check constraint. So we need to check whether every customers are having the above 18 like this, above 18 age or not like this. So for this we are making the check constraint. Okay, and for the city ID, if I'm making like check are greater than or equal to 18, greater than or equal to 18, if I'm going to load the data like 17, it will not load. Why? Because it is checking the constraint and it will prohibiting the data. Okay, if we are violating primary key, we'll be getting a error like unique constraint violated. Even though we are violating primary key, we'll get the condition like unique constraint violated, error like unique constraint validated. Okay, unique constraint violated. So for this also we'll get it unique constraint violated, unique constraint violated, check constraint violated. Here we will get the error like a check constraint violated. So this is nothing like whenever I'm going to inserting the data. See, whenever I'm going to insert the data, it is in one table. I'm going to provide the data integrity between the another table. So that's why I need to check it. So I do have business in these particular cities. You assume that, then I can have the customers only in these cities, right? I cannot have the customers from other than these cities. So if I have something like some SSN number or Aadhaar number or PAN card number or any other number, so with that number only I can have the candidates. So I should not have any other candidates. I should not have any citizenship like this. I cannot accept. Same like this. If I am having any values in this particular table, so the values should be present in another table. So that means we are providing the integrity between these two tables. In Oracle, if I am going to create any column as foreign key, this column can call it as a foreign key. Okay, if I am going to create the column like a foreign key, it should be a primary key in another table. It should be a primary key in another table. Okay, without primary key, I'm going to refer this particular table, then it will not allow. Okay, it will not allow. And also I cannot create the table also. So without creating this table, we cannot create this table. So when compared to these two tables, for the customer table, the customer ID will be the parent and city ID will be the child column. For this child, this is the parent. Understand, right? Clear? Child parent. For customer table, this customer ID will be the parent. In this particular customer table, there is a child column. This is city ID. For this child, there will be a parent. So it is present in the another table, in city table. Okay, clear? It is the parent and child relationship. Sometimes we can call it as a child. This is parent. This is child. Okay, this for this particular column, this is the parent. For this parent, then only this child will be allowed. So if you have something like 50 here, no, this 50 will not be allowed here. Why? Because this 50, it is not available in the parent table. Why? Because only these 4 values will be allowed here. Okay, only these 4 values will be allowed here in the child column. Can I have duplicate value here? Yes, we can have the duplicate value in the foreign column. So here I have the duplicate column like 30 and 30. Okay, so why? Because in one particular city I can have more than one customer, right? I can have it. So that's a valid scenario. So we'll keep it here in this way. So these are all the constraint. What about default constraint? So for an example, if I am not providing any values to this age column, so by default I want to make it like 18. If I want to define, so we can define it like 18. Or if I am not giving any value for this particular columns, I want to take some default value. Yes, we can provide like default. While creating the tables, we can providing all these details. So that is what will create the foreign key primary key relationship. So for an example here, so we have created these two tables. These two tables like integrity constraint. If you are violating this, I'm trying to load the data with 50 here, so we will get violation like integrity constraint violated. Okay, integrity constraint violated, parent key not found. So if I am trying to insert any other value here, 60 or 50, or instead of these 4 city IDs, it will be the present the error like integrity error violated. So parent key not found. This is a child, right? So whatever the foreign key we have, so this is the child. For this child, we do not have any parent. So parent key not found. That's a error we will get it. For an example, another example, if these two tables are like in relationship, like join condition or any other integrity constraints, and it is referencing a column. In this particular column, it is referencing here in the herein, right? Okay, we have provided the reference. If I am trying to delete this particular column, column value, this value I'm going to delete it here in this parent table. I'm trying to delete. So why this Excel sheet is allowing to delete, but in data it will not allow to delete. It will say that child found. So we can okay, we cannot delete this one. So child found here for this particular data. So if you do not have any child, yes, we can delete it. So here I have 50 for this for this some city like I have like Pune, no, I have Mumbai. Let's assume that. So for this Mumbai I do not have any data, then we can delete it here directly. So directly we can delete it, it will be deleted, it will not raise any error. So here if you going to delete this city called Hyderabad, it will not allow to delete this. Why? Because we have the data in the customer table, so it will raise the error. So in this way this constraints will act in the SQL. I think you guys are clear on this. I hope you are clear. Okay guys, guys please respond. Akash, Imtiaz,
Sir.
Hello.
Akash, Imtiaz, you guys are understand right what I'm going to teach?
Okay, sir.
Constraint,
I'm understanding, sir.
understand?
Okay, sir.
So likewise this constraints we are going to perform here, and so if I'm going to delete this particular column here, then I need to delete this two particular columns here in the customer table, then this column will be deleted, okay, from this table. Then we have to provide on delete cascade. So if I'm going to delete this, it will give the error like child found, right? Directly if I'm going to delete this, in that case I do not want to do this. So if I'm deleting this table record, this 30, wherever the child is here present in that particular table also I'm going to delete that city, but it is referencing another table. These two child also will get deleted. So that is nothing but on delete cascade. Okay, so in the Oracle database we'll use like this. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to create the table. So I'm going to drop the existing table, customer table. So now I'm going to create this so I'm going to create this table. I'm going to create this customer table here. Okay, for our understanding, what is the syntax? Create table, table name customers. Let's put customers, um, customer 1, and open bracket, and we have the columns like custody. It is, what is the data type? Number. Let's give number 6. and I'm giving the constraints. Primary key constraint is this one, comma, cust name add varchar 2, not null, and mobile number I'm giving mobile number 10 digits, and I'm giving the constraint like unique, 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 and checking the length of mobile number, whether this mobile number is having the 10 digits or not, like this. And age column, I am giving the data type as number and 3 digits, and for this I am giving the constant value is check. What I am going to check, it is going to check this age should be greater than or equal to 18. The customer age should be greater than or equal to 18. The same way city underscore id, for this city column I am giving the data type like 4 number and 4 digits, and it is referred to, I'm going the foreign key. How can we write the foreign key constraint? References city comma city id. See, what I'm telling is this references this particular table, right? So references to city table, city in the city id. So do we have any city table here? No, we do not have any city table here, which is I'm going to create this, and we are getting the, if once I execute, we are getting the error like invalid table name does not exist. Why? Because we are referencing the city id column to the city table. So if I am going to try create the table, like we are getting the error table RV does not exist. So why? Because this table we do not have city table. So first I am going to create the city table. Okay, so I will create the table. How? I'm going to create the table city. So if you see this, create table cities, city number of 4, city name 30. Okay, I'm executing. See, I have created the city table. I'm going to insert the 4 records in the city table. So I'm going to insert the 4 records. So we already know the how can we insert the records, and what is the syntax for this? Insert into table name, that is called city. Values, how many values are there? 2 columns we have, that means we need to give 2 values. For the city id we are giving the digit is 10, and the city name we are giving the city name as Chennai. So here we have provided the 4 different types of cities, and we have mentioned the for these 4 different types of cities we have mentioned the city IDs, what we have already seen here. See, this table only I have creating, this table also this table only I'm going to create. So I mentioned already, I created the structure of the table, and I am going to insert the records, this one. So to execute this one, see, 4 rows are got inserted. So now we can check this one here. Select start star from city. See, we have this table name called city. Now the city table is available. So now I'm going to create this table, right? So this will not be allowed here. See again. So we are not getting any table or view does not exist like this. Now we are getting different. So what is the error we are getting? Invalid table name. Invalid table name. Here we are getting like this here. If we are creating any column as foreign key, it should be a primary key to from other table. Understand? If you are creating any foreign key, it should be a primary key to the other table. Then only this will execute. It should be a primary key. That's what we are going to. So after creating the table, if I am going to mark this column as primary key in this table, I should not have any duplicate value, right? If I have any duplicate value, I cannot alter this table into the primary key. Why? Because primary key, what is the condition for the primary key? It should be unique and not null. Okay. So now we are using the alter syntax, alter command to make the city table as primary key, first column. How can we make this one? Alter table name. What is the table name? City. Add primary key. What is the primary key for this? Which column? City ID. City ID. See, city table got altered. Now if I am going to execute this customer table, what is this one? Why it is not executing this one? City customer name, mobile number, and check length of, check the city ID, reference the city ID. Okay, everything is good. Okay, create table customer 1 2. Customers. Invalid table name. Why it is showing as the invalid table name? Create table name. Create references the city ID, the references the city ID. Okay, everything is same, right? Correct, right? And we are getting the invalid table name. Guys, can you identify what is the mistake here in this?
Yes, sir.
In this, everything is correct, but I'm getting the invalid table name. Why it is? Can you please identify? Get to primary null name and the mobile number 10. Check. City ID number for references. The city ID. Create table name customers on 3, and we are given the unique customer name also, and custody number of a primary key, and let's remove this one and let's execute. Even valid table name and create table customer ID to table name. Array worker 30 and unique constant. Same I have done in this.
Okay, sir.
Oh, it's created now. Create table. What is the mistake here? Same it is, right? Create table name. I have given the customer ID number and everything. I could not find any difference here. What you have sent me and I have mentioned here. Same, right?
Yes, sir.
But why it is not executed and this has executed what you have sent? Okay, no problem. That's good enough. And now we have created the tables, two tables, customer 3 and city column. See, city we have inserted the data, and we have provided for the city we have provided the child table also. So same we have provided in the customer table, we have created the foreign key here, and this for this child column we created the parent column also. Now I'm going to insert the data in this one, in this table. So see here, for inserting the data we have different types of methods. Now I'm going to teach you one different types of customer 3. So we have the structure of the table here. We can directly make the insert statement like this. We can insert the records. So without making that insert statement, I can teach you the other way also, how to insert the records like this. And I'm refreshing this one, and it is loading. I don't know why this much time it is taking to load the tables folder. So again, now we got it. So directly go into the schema called Scott, and in the schema we have the folders called table. So in this folder we need to enter this one, customers 3. So we'll go to the other new tab, and this we need to go to the data. So if you mention here, you have seen this, only the structure is prepared. So generally what the process we are going to do, we are making the insert into the like this, insert into table name like this. We are going to make it. Instead of that one, we are going to insert directly. We are making the add this one. So how many columns you are required, and directly I'm going to insert the records. So how many, 1 2 3 4 5. I'm directly copying this one, and here I'm going to insert this one, copy paste, and this one commit changes. See, commit successful. So instead of making insert into like this table, so I have opened this table and I have inserted the new rows here, inserted the new rows here, and directly copied from the table sheet, and I pasted here. And once I check it here, it is present in this table. This is one of the method to insert the records instead of making this insert statement, insert query. Got it, guys? So describe customers. So if you see the here means, if we describe here means customer ID we have the not null, customer name we have the not null, and we have given the unique check constraint, and unique constraint, and FK constraint, foreign key constraint. So we have provided this data here. So in a table, in a real time tables, so how do we know that in this table, this column, which constraint is available or not? How can we check this one? Let me explain this one. Select star from all constraints. All constraints. Oracle will create an entry here. for all the constants. Okay, but here it is a system table. In the dictionary table, we call it as a dictionary table or metadata table. So it will keep all the details here. So what I'm going to do now, where owner equal to, so owner equal to head, owner equal to Scott. Owner is nothing but schema name. See, I am referring this Scott as a schema. So owner equal to Scott. So owner equal to, so I'm going to see the all the constants what is here present in. Okay, and here the table name is customers and table underscore name equal to customers. So I don't know why it is not showing any data for this particular table. We can see this one oral ACDB customers. So I don't know why it is showing this, but we can check by using this syntax. We can check in the real-time world for which in a table, for which column what type of a constraints it is being used like this. So by using this select star from all constraints, where owner name equal to schema name and table name equal to, we need to provide this one here. So likewise we can get the result of constraints what we have placed over there like this. We can identify the constraints for each column, which type of a constraint we have provided like that we can identify, and also we can see which table it is going to references like this everything. For in this particular syntax we can see all the constraints what we have placed in the table. Okay guys, I think this is much enough for today. We have seen the lot of alter table command statements and also the constraints. So tomorrow we'll end up for the day, and tomorrow let's start the new topic.
Okay, sir.
Okay guys, thank you, thanks for your patience, and I will send you the reference documents, that one. You please practice that one. Okay
Okay,
guys,
sir.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I will send the exercise as well today.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay, okay. Thank you.